Hey guys, so I just wanted to talk today about, we've talked about different things, the men's role um, in their wives and kids' lives, stepping up to the plate and taking on that role. I have another video coming out that I did with Gerard um, that will speak about different things that you need to do to start getting your life in line to make room um, for being a part of your kids' lives and part of either it's your wife or girlfriend, whether that be um, in a role of support and just helping out with the kids and being a dad, or whether that means being a spouse or a caring uh, partner. And but it's important for us to kind of realize where the breakdown of society started. Um, One of the most powerful things that a man deals with on a day-to-day basis is um, sins of the flesh, so to speak, temptations, and as they say, sex sells. And what that has done is caused women to be untrusting of men. Um, they're always thinking, well, he's looking at somebody else, or he's not really thinking of me when we're making love, or he's 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 just in it for himself. He's not in it for me. And the rise of that has come due to the fact that in the early 1950s, 1953, Playboy released its first issue, and it became enormously popular. There had always been nudie magazines and things like that, but it had always been underground, non-mainstream. And Playboy came out in 1953 with Marilyn Monroe, excuse me, on the cover. And what that did was, is it took what used to be an underground kind of hush hush, nobody talked about it lifestyle, and brought it to the surface and made it legitimate. And from there, um, we had the '60s and Woodstock, and the drug culture started to pick up, and sex, love, and rock and roll. And as that began to snowball, TV became um, more explicit in the things that they allow to show on TV. Movies became more explicit, all feasting um, on a men's drive that is given to us naturally. We're naturally driven to notice attractive women, and we're naturally driven to be attracted to certain types of women, and that's exactly the way it was intended. But what this did is it played off of that for the benefit of financial reasons. They realized that sex sells, and so they started pushing the envelope more and more and more. And all that did was drive that wedge between a man and his wife, or a man and his girlfriend, um, a man and the important woman in his life, further and further, um, because he couldn't be trusted. He was looking at the nudie magazines, or he was looking at the attractive woman across the street, or whatever the case may be. And then it became women thought, well, for me to catch a guy's eye, I have to dress more and more provocatively. And it just created this incredible snowball where now women are flaunting themselves regularly. TV is more edgy than ever. Movies are, rated R movies are far worse than they ever were in our history. And it all has to come down with the mainstreaming of things like Playboy and Penthouse and all of the other magazines that are out there. And so, for us to understand where this distrust comes from, and um, for us to understand what women are thinking and feeling, we have to realize where that distrust comes from. We have to realize that the distrust comes from because they feel like they're never going to be good enough. There's always something out there better that's going to catch your eye more. Um, and so it makes them very insecure. And what that does is creates lack of intimacy, which makes the man feel insecure. And it just creates this incredible sense of tension. Um, and I've lived some of that in my own life, and it's not a fun place to be, and it's still something, even as a man who's tried to be upstanding and pure and true to his wife, it still creates tension. It still creates insecurities with me. It still creates insecurities with my wife, because then we start thinking, well, if I think that girl's attractive and I'm tempted by her, then maybe my wife's tempted by that guy, even though I know consciously that there's a difference in that. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to kind of go over where this distrust in the male gender has come from, and to an extent we've done it to ourselves, and to an extent it's society, and the only way we're going to fix that is starting to wash away those things that have created that distrust in our own lives. We can't fix society, but we can. It starts with us. So, like I said, I've got a video out with Gerard Carroll that will go over some ways that you can start to clean up your life and get yourself back engaged. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching and have a great day.